Here is a Lakewood high velocity fan. This is the 9-inch model number HV-9. The informations are kind of covered up by the wiring, but there's the model number. The patent is pending. I don't know if they ever got it or not. This is a Lakewood branded motor, 0.5 amps, thermally protected. It calls for a 3 microfarads capacitor, which is there, although the information is facing the inside. This one, according to the UL sticker, is from October of 2004. So if it was sold around here, it was probably purchased, well, it could have been purchased in the summer it would have been purchased in the summer of 2005. These are very important fans to my collection. This is one of the first fans I ever remember getting. I have that original instance still. It is in the box. This one, I don't remember where this one came from, which is odd because I think I would have remembered finding another one because these are significant, but I don't know. I just don't remember. This one's in really good shape. It's pretty clean. The grill seems particularly shiny. It's definitely been cleaned at some point. You can see somebody did a kind of a sloppy job on the back. It definitely has got some hours on it based on the dust buildup in the motor. It's not consistent with the blade, so I think it's definitely been cleaned, which is interesting because these grills are very difficult to get off. Oh, the screws look like they're in good shape. I remember breaking a screwdriver when I was trying to take my original one apart for the first time. The bit actually just shattered. It was so tight. And that seems to be a common complaint with these, all of the series. I don't know why they put them so tight, and then they used kind of soft screws in conjunction, which is a complete recipe for disaster. So these are some of the last really good fans that Lakewood made before they caved. They caved sometime, I believe, in the late 2000s. And these were pretty good, but they produced some cheap stuff right before they caved. Box fans got pretty cheap. I remember the 18-inch model, this got pretty cheap. I don't know how many sizes they made up until the end. I also recall in the mid to late 2000s a lot of knockoffs of this appeared, because these were pretty popular at the time. They sold like crazy. I remember seeing these things everywhere, and it wasn't long after that when the cheap knockoff units started to surface from other brands like Massey and whatever the other ones they were sold under. And they just had cheesy shaded pull motors and very shallow pitched blades, and they didn't work anywhere near as well as these did. These are actually very, very powerful for the size. A nice calm low and pretty aggressive high. And they're not overly loud either. It's really a pretty good fan. Non-polarized plug. This is before the polarized plug freak show. Although it is post, would it be post recall? It'd be getting very close to the Lasco recall time if it didn't happen yet. And that was kind of when the fuse thing started happening. Alright, so I don't know what's going on here. I've got everything plugged in, but the kilowatt meter is not on. Okay, now it's on. I must have had some kind of a glitch. Alright, so we're looking at 119.5 volts right now. We'll go over to the amps and we'll start this thing on low. Huh. It's actually a little out of balance. Oh, the clock on the blades is completely out of whack. I bet it got bent when it was cleaned. Wow, the clock is horrible. Now, fortunately that's pretty easy to fix on a metal blade, but it's definitely out of whack. And that would explain the shake. Alright, we'll fix that. No problem. Alright, on low, other than the vibration, it runs pretty smooth. 0.26 amps, 30 watts with a power factor of 0.95. Try to keep this out of the windstream here. As far as the airflow goes, it's pretty good. If I go all the way across the room, I can still feel the air moving. You know, it's not like it's gusting, but it's there. You definitely feel it. Medium. That is 0.35 amps, 41 watts, with a power factor of 0.97. Yeah, that's really out of balance. I gotta get that fixed. Oh, it's still pretty quiet on medium, but it's really pushing some air for the size now. And the high. Wow. That's some serious air for a 9-inch VM. 0.44 amps. 53 watts, the power factor of 1. 0.991. Okay. I remember this pretty vividly with my other one. It's kind of snapped the blades into clock. It's not shaking at all anymore. Now it's in perfect balance. It's moving so fast that it looks like it's just one blade. Oh, come on. I'd love to know what the RPMs is on this. It's insane. It's still fairly quiet too. Okay, we'll go straight to high so you can see how fast it gets up to speed. Okay, so that's a wrap for this one. It definitely needs some help. We got to clean the motor out and rebalance the blades. But after that, it should be a good fan.